Are you looking for a program to start a business, grow an existing one, or manage your personal finances? Your search stops right here. Join Mukonke Mukonkela from Insight Partners Africa every Tuesdays at 07:20 hours on the Dalama Insights Business Show, a program that gives you the best and most practical, actionable insights.
It's a good morning and welcome to another episode of the Ndalama Insights Business Show. And of course, I'm Leslie Sinyango, your host. And today we're delving into a crucial topic. Do you need a financial advisor? Of course, joining us is Mukonke Mukonkela, who's an expert in financial planning. Mukonke, it's good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Leslie. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. And how are you?
I'm great. No rains in Lusaka.
And this heat is going on for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
scorching.
Look, you can almost think there's a spiritual meaning to this because they say too many things happening in Lusaka.
Yeah.
Because it is raining all around everywhere.
Exactly. I've got siblings in the Copper Belt, and every morning we greet each other. I'm saying, "Good morning." It's not raining here. And they're like, "Well, too bad for you. It's been raining all night and whole morning here." I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, we actually have a lot of rains going on. As they're saying, the northern part is okay. It's the southern part that seems to be having no rains.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kongi, before we explore the intricacies of financial advising, let's start with a fundamental question. What is the role of a financial advisor?
Thank you, Leslie. So, financial advisors are people that offer advice to their clients. So essentially, if you've got some money that you want to invest and you probably don't know how to go about investing that money or where to put it in order for it to make more money, you might seek a financial advisor's insights into which areas you can invest your money into. So the role of a financial advisor is to guide their clients in terms of how or where they can invest their money. And there's also a combination of financial planning. Financial advisors also help you to clarify your financial goals or your financial plans. So they are really important at a certain stage when you require guidance, especially when you're not really sure where to put your money. They become very important at that point. Yeah.
Now, will you provide some examples of specific scenarios or life events where individuals might especially benefit from the expertise of a financial advisor?
Thank you, Leslie. So there are certain situations when, for example, you suddenly have a lot of money. Maybe you won the lottery. Those of you that are playing these games online for, yeah, what are these betting games? So maybe suddenly you win a lot of money and you don't know what to do with it. I hope that were true. Anyway, there are certain instances where you find yourself with a lot of money. Maybe you've got an increased revenue from your business. Your business is doing really well. Now, suddenly you want to consider investing it. Or probably you just got married. When you were single, your financial plan was very different. Now you've got a partner that you need to consider. You might even have children now. Those are situations when you might consider the advice of a financial planner, because they will help to guide you in terms of how to utilize that money effectively so that you don't lose it. Or if you're just getting married, they'll help you to, arrange your finances well with your partner. Leslie, that money is one of the biggest contributors to divorce anywhere in the world. And I think when you're getting married, even as you have these other advisors, also consider hiring a financial advisor to sit down with you and look at your finances as a couple, as a partner. It's very important.
Really,
And even if you are married, Leslie, I mean, you can still do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can still go back to your partner and say, honey, let's sit down and look at our financial plan as a couple, as a family. Where do we want to be? What can we do? And start working together. It's very important. And then you might seek advice of a financial planner then, because they are neutral. They won't take any sides. They'll look at both sides.
Both incomes and what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, does making money though automatically necessitate hiring someone to manage it for you? Like, what advice do you have for our listeners on this?
Um, that's a very good question. So, does it really mean that you need to hire an advisor when you have some money? it all depends on where you are at, really, personally. There are people that are very financially literate, in that they understand the markets, they understand all the investment platforms of vehicles that are utilized. They understand they know about government bonds, unit trusts, and all of this. It's just a matter of maybe finding out a bit more in terms of the costs. So if I went to a financial advisor, or if a fund manager, so because a fund manager is also different from a financial advisor. A fund manager normally manages some kind of fund, for example, unit trust fund. They've identified maybe an area of investment, maybe property or stocks or bonds, and they've got a plan in terms of how they invest that money there. So you might just want to find out how much does it cost to work with a fund manager, but you already have an idea. So it all depends on yourself. What I really recommend is that you really first understand what investing is about. Learn a lot about personal finance management even before you consult a financial advisor. Even if you've got a lot of money, invest that money in understanding, what how to invest money, because even when you come to talking to a financial advisor, you'll be asking them the right questions. You won't be fully blank, and even when they're investing the money for you, you have an idea of how they are investing it, and you can actually even challenge them if they're making wrong decisions, because they're also just human beings. So when you have a lot of money, should you automatically hire a financial advisor? It really depends on where you're at.
Okay. You mentioned that individuals should educate themselves before seeking professional advice, so they have some form of knowledge. But could you elaborate on the importance of understanding the basics of personal money management?
So the basics, we've covered quite a lot of basics on this program in terms of personal finance management. And very important that you educate yourself even before you consider coming to Mukonki or anyone else to say, because I've received a number of calls, and this is why I actually decided to have this discussion. There are people that are calling me, find out, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Where can I invest my money? How much can I start with? And all these questions that require personalized or tailor-made advice. But when you understand, for example, your financial goals, where do you want to be? It's very important to understand the basics. And we start with the financial goals. Where do you want to be? Where are you currently in terms of your finances? How much do you want to make by the time you are retiring? Or I don't know, for the rest of your life, how much would you like to make? Maybe is it 1 billion kwacha, 10 billion kwachas? Are you clear with those amounts? So even before you seek financial advice, you need to be clear with certain things, which is why you need to start with financial education. Understand what investing is, what is saving, what is financial planning. When you are clear with all these, then we can have a discussion that is fruitful for you and less expensive, because these things come at a cost. Yes.
Now, Nkonki, if someone still decides to consult a financial planner, what should they be wary of regarding how these professionals make money?
Another very good question. Especially now, we are hearing a lot about financial advice, financial literacy. There's a lot going on even in Zambia right now. And we've got our colleagues, financial institutions that also sell a lot of products when it comes to financial personal finance management. I think what's very important is for you to be able to understand that with personal finance management, we also have products that come with these advisors. Okay, so somebody could recommend a certain product, maybe that their institution is offering you in order for you to manage your personal finances really well. Really important that you understand whether that person is selling a product to you or they really want to help you with managing your money. Okay, it's very important you understand that, because at the end of the day, you end up with a product and not really make a return on your investment. I'll give a very basic example of savings accounts. I mean, I'm one person that after realizing that the savings account, which is a product, by the way, wasn't really adding value to my personal financial management other than saving the money. It's very important for saving money, setting money aside. But at some point, I thought it would actually make me a return. When I realized that, I had to start looking at other options of making a return on my money. And so those are examples of some products that might be advertised, marketed to you as a means of making personal finance management and making money, and then at the end of the day, really they're just products that you end up incurring extra costs on. So you need to be really aware of whether it's a product somebody is selling you or whether it's real financial advice that will get you somewhere. And personal finance management is really basic. There are basic steps that we take, and if you just follow those steps, you will not even need expensive financial advisors to take you through that path. That is why I really advocate that you educate yourself first.
Very important indeed. We'll take a short break, but we'll be right back. Today we are looking at the need for a financial advisor, and of course we have Mukonke Mkonkela with us in the studio. We'll be right back.
You are still listening to the Ndalama Insights Business Show, brought to you by Insight Partners Africa. Leave your comment or question on Mukonkela's YouTube channel. The Ndalama Insights, turning your challenges into actionable insights.
And welcome back. This is the Ndalama Insights Business Show, and of course today we are looking at the need for a financial advisor. And do you need a financial advisor? And with us in the studio is Mukonke Mkonkela, an expert in financial planning. Mukonke, now for our listeners, who decide to proceed, to get a financial planner, what tips do you have for interviewing prospective financial planners?
Okay, so Leslie, when you and your wife decide to go see a financial planner, maybe if you decide to come to me, one question I would like you to ask me is, first of all, are you qualified to provide this financial advice? Qualification is very important. An accountant is trained in these things. You can have a certified financial planner, CFP. Somebody must be accredited. They must have acquired some, finance training, at least to provide proper financial management advice. So that's the basic starting point. Then the other one is the fee. I mean, oftentimes these are things that are not clear from the inception. How much am I going to be paying you for this advice? And if they're hesitant, you need to go look for somebody else, and don't be afraid to shop around. Go find other financial advisors. And I always say that, another basic starting point is really to go to the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, and look at a list of registered or regulated financial advisors, because these we hope are going to protect your interests as well. So very fundamental, find out their cost structure. Are they going to be charging you a fee, a one-off fee, a rounded off fee, or are they going to be charging you on every transaction that you make with them? For example, if I decide to invest in a stock on the LUSE, what percentage are you going to get commission on that share? If I decide to sell the share, because some advisors also charge on buying and selling, how much are you going to charge when I decide to sell? Very clear. You need to get that information very clearly, because if you don't, you might be eating into your return on your investment. You might be thinking you're making a profit on an investment when in fact not. So very important that you understand the fee structures.
That seems to be an important part of it. Huh?
Yeah.
Now, could you share some red flags though, or warning signs that individuals should be cautious about when selecting a financial advisor?
I've said if they are not clear about their fees, please just keep your money in the savings account. You invest it when you understand how much they are going to charge you, because you need to know how much your return on your investment is. And also, if it's too complex, if whatever they are telling you is very complicated for you, they're talking about hedging this, hedging risks. Yes, it's important for you to hedge. What hedging risks is about is preventing you from exposing yourself to unnecessary risks, so that you do not your return on investment is not affected. You maintain your return on your investment. But if the financial advisor does not explain how they are going to hedge that risk, and it's clear to you, you need to do further research, understand. Because another important role of a financial advisor is really to protect you from risk. And so even as they do this, they need to explain to you how it's going to be done. You need to be really clear. And so there are a lot of advantages with seeking financial advice. But for me, what I advocate for is a partnership where we both understand what we are doing. We are clear about the cost of your advice, and we are clear about how much you're going to make me. When I give you a 10,000 kwacha, how much will you make me? And is it something I'm able to do myself or not? For example, investing in a government bond, you just log on to in the investor portal, put in 50,000. You don't need a financial advisor to do that.
Okay, so that's straightforward now. Like you've already got the advice. Okay, Konke, thank you very much for guiding us through these critical considerations. And of course, to our listeners, remember that financial planning is a personal journey, and finding the right advisor is crucial. So stay tuned for more insights on the Dalama Insights Business Show next week. But Mukonki, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much. And if there are any financial advisors listening, please, this is not a personal attack. It's just being open to with our clients. There will be a point when they will need to pay you some fees, but it has to be very transparent.
Definitely. Thank you very much for coming through. All right. This has been the Dalama Insights Business Show. Until next week.
You have been listening to Dalama Insights Business Show, brought to you by Insight Partners Africa. If you missed anything, visit www.insightpartnersafrica.com for recorded episodes.